Hey, and welcome to my Evermund Descent raid video for hard mode. I'm going to go through and try to explain very quickly the basics of this fight because honestly it's not a super complicated fight, and apparently I can't talk. I just woke up, so you have to give me a bit of a breather here. Turn the volume on the actual video down because there's no. It's all visual, and for the most part, there's not a lot to be concerned about. Okay, so some of the fights you have to wait at the entrance for the rest of the people. This one you can run right in. He's got a quite long animation before he actually starts the fight, so you can run right in. Sorry about the crappy frame rate. I was having computer problems that day. Okay, so, and he's now active. If you have auto attack on, nothing you need to worry about, but he takes quite a while before he's actually active. I am a close range fighter, so some of the stuff is going to be more concerning for me than it is for the very ranged players, especially the one red and yellow effect that comes up later. I'll get to that though. So first here, he just does a bunch of swirly stuff. Try to dodge these purple things. They almost always come out in the cardinal directions. Okay, they split out from there. But if you are directly beside him in the position I am, you are almost always going to get hit by these. They do a decent amount of chaos damage. So don't stand east, north, southwest from him if you can avoid it, unless you have a lot of chaos resist and you can just stand in it. So that's the first big attack of his that you have to worry about at all. He's got a swipe, as you just saw there. You'll see him come up because he's got the three different versions of himself: the purple, the yellow, and the green, or green or yellow, depending on how you see it, and red. The red is going to do fire damage, the green is going to do poison damage, and the purple will do chaos damage when he does his stuff. They're all color-coded, so you can't screw that part up. So for now, you're just attacking. He popped up green here and shot a straight line. Again, generally, if you watch the boss himself, whatever attack he's going to do, he will pop up in that color before he does it. Again, sorry that my frame rate was super bad when I was recording this. So you can see there, a red version of him came up and he fired the big old triple beam. Generally, this first part, all you can kind of do is keep an eye on the boss. If you're doing a descent raid, though, it's going to be chaos. You're probably not going to be able to see the boss super well. So kind of good luck in the initial parts if you're a weaker player. Okay, so now, that was the big important thing. When all three of the Evermunds come out and they spin together and blast out red and yellow, that's not doing damage. What that is going to do is put a ring around you of either red or green yellow, and that's going to be important. So I walk up here out of the way just so I can show you for sure. There you go. You can see that both me and Erentide down here have a red ring around us. The important things about that is you are not going to take damage from the red attacks while you are red. You are also not going to take damage from the ground when it is red. The important thing is, if you are red, do not be over top of a person who is yellow or green, because if you can see down here, just at the bottom of the screen, there is red circles. If you two touch each other, it's like a magnet. A positive and a negative touching each other is bad. If you touch each other, you're going to have a whole bunch of attacks drop out of the sky and do damage. Stay away from people with the opposite color. I'm going to keep stressing this until people get it. It's really frustrating. So I come out here again just to clarify that there's that. You can see that all these red dots are down here are from yellow people touching red people. Now, if you were going to do this as a guild or something, generally what you would do is just opposite sides. If you're like start before the raid starts, just say red on the right side, green and yellow on the left side, green or yellow, sorry, on the left side, or top and bottom, or however you want to do it. That way you don't have to worry about everyone running around like chickens with their head cut off for a very basic, very easy to understand mechanic. So we move along here. I'm standing back because in the lower left here, you can see that this yellow guy just touched this red guy, and now there's a bunch of swirly death. I'm a close range fighter, so I have to do my best to position myself so that doesn't keep happening. If you get somebody who's using whirlwind and they're just spinning around, they're going to keep causing them. There's not much you can do. Try to stay back. If you don't have the damage to basically just stand in it. So this is the first big mechanic here. It's going to happen a lot of times during the fight. He's on this one, he's going to split the room between red and yellow floor. Red people go on the red floor, yellow people go on the yellow floor. Very simple. He's going to put out beams, purple beams that go to the corners where there's a crystal, and the floor is going to rotate, and you have to stay on your floor while destroying those crystals. If you don't destroy all of the crystals, he's going to put out a burst that does a lot of damage. A lot of the higher end players you will see not even bother to deal with this mechanic because frankly the damage isn't that much. But if you are a weaker player, you should absolutely be trying to destroy all of the beams because that's not good. So there's the beams there. They go to the corners. They're already all destroyed. People are on it. Go back to shooting. Try to stay on your color. Try not to stand on opposite colored people. Purple beams go out. Again, try to avoid those. For the next little bit here, there's really not much going on. Everybody just kind of stay where you're supposed to stay. You're going to see a lot of the yellow people going on top of me. I stopped the audio on this because I was just swearing to myself because it's such a simple mechanic. It's such a basic mechanic. What, are you trying to help? You're very cute, but you're not helpful. So we'll continue on here. Again, a lot of the times you may have seen there, he popped up a single red beam and then two big red beams. If you are red, you're not going to take damage from that. But if you're yellow in a red beam or red in a yellow beam, you're going to take damage. Try to avoid them if you can. Again, I stop even trying to avoid the yellow guy at some point and just start eating the damage because I know I can. But if you're a person with not a lot of tankiness, you're going to want to not eat those because you'll die. I don't think that... Again, through here, so there's the big flash that changes your color. So now, every time that happens, you are going to have a different color. It's not he does it once at the beginning of the fight and you're always red. So you can see now I have changed to yellow. Obviously, that's going to be very important to note. Again, if you're yellow, like when you're in a guild raid or something, just before the thing starts, just take 1 second and go yellow left, red right, or something. Not everyone's going to pay attention to it, but it helps make the fight go much smoother. So now I am a yellow color. I got to stay away from the red guys. The second and continuous times, he won't... I think it's past half health. He won't do half the room. He'll do quarters of the room. Same thing applies. It always rotates counterclockwise. So you're always going to want to start, if you're destroying crystals, you're always going to want to start as far to this side as possible. So I'm going to go to the 3 o'clock position here as it goes around so that I can destroy the crystals. I actually don't bother destroying the crystals here because I know that other people have it and I could take the damage anyway. I did grab that last one. It rotates, it stops, the explosion would happen, but we've already taken care of the crystals, so that's not a problem. Stop knocking things over, you furry cat. And that's the whole fight, really. I don't think anything else comes up to my knowledge. And I've never done the fight on regular, so I don't know if these mechanics are limited or whatnot on normal mode instead of hard mode. But honestly, Evermund is a very, very easy fight. As long as you've got a little bit of resistance to deal with the sort of unavoidable things. Those purple balls that come up do damage if you hit them. They are easy enough to destroy, so I didn't even really bring it up. There was another blast. Now, when that blast comes up and changes colors, it's not always guaranteed to change your color. You're going to have to pay attention for that blast. So this one didn't change my color, and I am still yellow. So I got to go onto the yellow floor. Destroy the crystals. I don't think we bother because we knew we were going to kill it. But that's the fight. That's everything you need to see. I hope you guys have good luck. If you've got questions, obviously ask me in the comments or check me on Twitch under MikeTypeX. Good luck out there, and I hope you get your kills.